Hey, how you doing? So my name's Jon Card, and I am the co-founder of Coverage Class. Hope you've been enjoying the group and enjoying all the posts from all the various people here, and learning more and more about media. So I've been working as a journalist for about 15 years or thereabouts, and the people that mostly write about are people a bit like a lot of you, entrepreneurs, business owners, etc. So I thought I'd do my first video for the class, maybe the first of many, see how it goes. And what I'm going to do today is just a quick 2 minute lesson, so this won't take much of your time, just to give you a little bit of insight into sort of the work of journalists and the work that we do. So here's the first thing. Let's ask ourselves a really, really simple question. What is a journalist? What does a journalist do? What does someone like myself do? And as an entrepreneur, how should you think about my role and how you interact with me? So what I always tell people is this: journalists are storytellers. We tell stories about all sorts of people that we meet. And the best way to communicate with a journalist is basically to tell us a tale. And if you look at really successful media players, entrepreneurs such as Richard Branson, Anita Roddick, James Dyson, many of the people that you see in the press, the one thing that they're really good at doing is telling a story, and that story is about themselves. And in particular, what they're very good at doing is telling a story about how they got started in business. They tell the story of where they were before, and they tell you about the sort of transformation, what happened, what got them into business. They don't just tell you about what they do, they tell you about why they do it, and basically how they've wanted to sort of change the world and the journey that they've gone on. So there you go, that's the first 2 minute lesson here, slightly over 2 minutes. Journalists are storytellers. You've got to tell them a story. Tell them a story about yourself and have a look at the stories that entrepreneurs such as Branson, Anita Roddick, you could talk Steve Jobs, many other famous entrepreneurs. Look at their stories. This is about storytelling. Thanks a lot. Cheers.